Alright, here we go. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stockings there up on the fireplace. Santa's gonna come and bring me one Gen 4 remake today. I just want you for my own. Get inside the fucking ball. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Oh boy, howdy fellas. I'm excited. And you wanna know why I'm excited? It's Christmas time! So in the spirit of the holiday season, I'm going to turn this cute children's game into a bloody game of war. Now, I've played a lot of Pokemon games for a long time, but I've never actually done a Nuzlocke before. And because Pokemon Pearl was my first Pokemon game, I figured there was no better game to do my first Nuzlocke than the remake of that very game. Now, if you don't know what a Nuzlocke is, then you must be a mole person. Because you live underground. But for those mole people, or for those who just need a little refresher, here's a quick rundown of the rules. If your Pokemon faints in battle, they are dead, gone forever. Also, if you ever white out during a battle, then your entire run is Dungeon Rings. You can only catch your first wild encounter on each route. If you fail to catch it, you cannot catch anything else in that area. Also, there's the unique Pokemon clause that says if your first encounter something that you've already caught, then you can keep feeding encounters until you find a new little monster, yada yada yada. It is also strongly encouraged that you nickname all of your Pokemon. The only reason to do this is so that you get attached to these little monsters, so that the cut is that much deeper when you inevitably lose one in battle. I also imposed a rule upon myself that I would not battle wild Pokemon for experience, just for a little extra challenge. And I'm sure there's some other rules that I'm forgetting, which honestly I don't really care about. I'm the one making the video, and so you can go shove it. Anyways, here's the story of my first Pokemon Nuzlocke. My story began like any other. My buddy Flungle yelled at me that we need to go shiny hunting at our local lake, so we went over there and stole our first Pokemon. If I'm playing this as a Nuzlocke, I should strategize and try to figure out which is going to be the best that'll help me through most of the game. That is exactly why I'm choosing Turtwig, because he's my favorite. I named my Turtwig Sprout, I grabbed Dawn's balls, and I caught a Starly named Harold, a Bidoof named John Doof, and a Shinx named Neil. Then in Jubilife City, I grabbed this man's rod and fished up a Magikarp named Tanuki. Then it was time for my first battle with Flunkle. Naturally, I beat his ass and took his money. Also, I caught an Abra, named it Jimmy, and Jimmy also happened to have the perfect nature, so that's pretty cool. The first gym was the Oreburgh City Gym, which is a rock-type gym, and I chose Turtwig, a grass type. I feel like I don't really need to explain much here. I passed through Floroma Town, where I saw some dudes terrorizing a man for his honey? Kinda weird. A little bit strange even. As a certified bee enjoyer, I beat their asses and then found their friends and beat their asses too. I did see this fat cat, which is kinda neat. Next was the Eterna Forest, where nothing of particular interest happened at all. In fact, the only reason that I'm mentioning it is because immediately after that we found the best music track in this entire game's OST. Listen to that funky sax, hang on. Then I got to Eterna Gym, which is the grass-type gym. A clean sweep for Harold. Right after that, I got word that the dudes with the $30 haircuts had set up shop here in Eterna and stole some Pokemon. While I wasn't quite as interested in this heist because it didn't involve honey, but I decided to beat their asses anyway.
What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo!
Now, I'm sure that you've noticed by this point that I've kind of just been breezing through this whole section of the game. At this point, our team was looking pretty stacked. In fact, there weren't any battles at all up to this point that felt like real challenges at all. I mean, after all, this is a children's game. It's a little baby game. There's no possible way that this game could humble me. The only thing left to do before leaving Eterna City was to get introduced to the Grand Underground. A new addition to these remakes are these large rooms where you can catch wild Pokemon. So I decided to take a look around and see if I could catch something here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Level 28! I'm using a Great Ball. I want this Houndoom, dude. Okay, alright. Please just stay in the ball. Oh my god. Bite. Ah! Harold, no! Alright, he doesn't have any fire type moves, so I'll put Sprout back out there. No! This is for Harold, you son of a bitch. This is for Harold and Sprout. Sprout and Harold were the first two Pokemon that had joined my team, and I heavily relied on them up to this point. My two biggest heavy hitters had fallen, the two Pokemon that carried me through the first two gyms. I went into this run knowing that there would be losses and there would be heartbreak, but what hurts the most is that their blood is on my hands for nothing. All because I indulged my crippling Icarus complex and tested fate trying to catch this high-level Houndoom, which has a very low catch rate, mind you. An army suffers many losses, but a general always remembers his first casualties. But there's nothing to do but to keep marching on. As I was running away from my feelings, I ran into Dawn's dad, who gave me a rare candy for my troubles, which I used to evolve Tanuki from a little Magikarp into a big boy Gyarados. That was a pretty good pick-me-up, I would say. Next on the list was to head to Hearthome City, and along the way we met this sad, strange little man. I find the state of things to be deplorable. Alright, goodbye. The way my character looked. The way my character looked at him as he walked away, just unbothered, unfazed. Followed by my second battle with Flungle. Ass beaten, money taken. Along the way to Veilstone City, a lovely friend of mine offered to trade so that I could evolve Jimmy into an Alakazam. Now, I know what you might be thinking, and no, this is not cheating in this challenge. I simply took advantage of the resources available to me in a newly released video game. It is not cheating because I am the one making the video and I said so. Next up was the Veilstone Gym, which was no match for Jimmy. God, Lucario is so cool. Anyways. Don't care, didn't ask, plus ratio. Up next was a gym in the town Pastoria, with a man who's thicker than Hyrule Historia. Neil was in a state of absolute euphoria. He went on the attack and repeatedly smacked him back to back to back until we were victorious. Then I ran into Flungle again, who wanted to battle. Y'all know how this song and dance goes. Then Cynthia gave me her secret medicine that's supposed to help the Psyduck with their headaches. Also, just as a quick side note, earlier I left some Pokemon at the daycare just so they could get some levels in the background, you know, just in case the worst should happen again. But apparently, I had to do some research, and starting in Sun and Moon, they made it so that the daycare is used solely for breeding and not actually for leveling up, which they decided to bring into this game. So my Ponyta and my Ghastly were just sitting in the daycare doing absolutely nothing. I mean, like, what was even the point of removing this feature in the first place? I mean, it was in the original game, and if you're gonna remake the original game, why would you not just leave that feature in like it was in the original game? And anyways, I finished the Psyduck drug deal and I moved on to Celestic Town. But along the way there, I did have a bit of a scare. Oh my god. Oh, I almost had a heart attack, dude. Oh god. In Celestic Town, I found another green hair Magoo and decided to mess with him. Then the old lady came and told us a story about some cave paintings? I don't know. The spiky haired little man was here too. I went back to Hearthome City where the French lady gym leader finally decided she was ready to battle. Neil took the lead once again for another clean sweep. Next up was Canalave City, where Flungle wanted to battle once again. Chad and I decided to ponder the possibility that what if Flungle was also doing his own Nuzlocke at the same time that I was doing mine? If that's the case, he's doing a really shit job. Oh, also, along the way to Canalave, I caught a Wingull, and the chat member that I named it after was really insistent that they lead the charge against the Canalave gym. And, well, you know me, I'm happy to oblige. Make your predictions now, chat. All right. One giant steel snake monster versus one little borb. Let's see. Water pulse it. There you go. You got some damage in. You got some damage in. Confusion. Okay. All right, tie-dye. Let's do it again. Iron Tail. You almost had it. Y'all remember how Pokemon deaths in this challenge were supposed to be impactful and hurt? Anyways, Tanuki led the charge through this gym and picked up Dragon Dance along the way, which is an insanely nice move. I headed into the battle with Byron with confidence at an all-time high. I think we set up a couple Dragon Dances. I think that's very much worth it. There we go. Nice. Alright, there's no way Steelix has Confused Ray. Alright, Tanuki, I need you to focus up. I need you here. Oh my Jesus! Psychic, not very effective. That's fine. It'll just power right through it. Oh my God! Byron turned out to be much scarier than I had anticipated, and honestly, I just counted myself lucky that I didn't lose any more Pokemon. Another heavy hitter went down by a simple stroke of bad luck, which honestly hurts a bit more. Tanuki had been on my team since Jubilife City as a lowly Magikarp, and he honestly didn't even get much of a chance to shine before he fell. But we had to lick our wounds and just press on. I was having a lovely cup of tea with the good professor when apparently the spaceman exploded one of the lakes. That should affect the trout population, I think. I didn't want them to harm the fishing season at any other lakes, so I decided to beat their asses here and also at Lake Verity as well. Next, we needed to head to Snow Point City, and along the way, my buddy was willing to trade once again so that Kiwi could evolve into a Machamp. I pushed on through the snowy tundra into Snow Point City, where I solved the gym puzzle the intended way like an absolute idiot. The gym leader, who I forgot the name of, uses ice types, which was very little trouble for the newly evolved Kiwi. Apparently Flungle got his shit rocked by this purple lady, which I took great personal offense to, because I'm the only one that's allowed to beat Flungle's ass and take his money. So I went to their HQ in Veilstone City and rocked their shit. Oh, also, I released the mythical lake Pokemon, I guess. Oh, also, apparently these weird space dudes who can't even afford a good barber are trying to end the world or something? I couldn't let the fishing season be any more disturbed than it already is, so I scaled Mount Coronet to confront them. Wait, holy shit, is that Palkia? Yo. Yo. Palkia looks sick, though. What? Yuxi. Mesprit? Azelf. Here they are. They're simply going to say, no, stop that. He broke into chains. Goodbye. Goodbye. Cyrus's plans had failed thanks to the mythical lake Pokemon, which made the biggest little boss man very upset, and he decided to take that anger out on me. Good shit. I think we should heal. I know we outspeed this dude. Like, we most likely outspeed this Gyarados. But I just want to make sure. I'm trying to play safe as pop. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Whoo, Neil could take a hit. We're okay. We're okay. Spark, please. Spark, kill him. Kill him. He's a berry, doesn't matter. Still 4 times the Oh, I am terrified. I am terrified. He's paralyzed. Paralyzed. Go. Oh, no! You sick, twisted bastard. This is for Neil. Palkia then stood before me, but I was still mourning the loss of Neil and just really wasn't feeling up to doing anything other than just toss the Master Ball, which apparently was the most thrilling thing Rowan had ever seen, so silver linings? We haven't had many losses in this run, but losing Neil somehow hurt the most. After Sprout and Harold fell, I came to heavily lean on Neil as the star of my team, and I was determined to power through the rest of this run without any more casualties. And to achieve that end, I did something that I've never done in my entire life. I strategized. First off, I looked at the teams for Volkner and the entire Elite Four and the Champion, just to make sure that anything they could throw at me, I would have an answer for. I also went back out to Wayward Cave to grab the Earthquake TM and taught it to Heroid the Quagsire. Also, I wasn't planning on using Palkia for this run, but fuck it! Who the hell else was I supposed to replace Neil with? Also, that rule that I set myself at the beginning, that I wouldn't fight wild Pokemon for XP? Fuck that! I'm unhinged! I threw away a Pokemon's life for a bit earlier in this run. At this point, I am willing to cheat. Furthermore, this game added in the special friendship features that originated back in X and Y, where if you have enough friendship with your Pokemon, it allows them to sometimes survive potentially fatal hits, land crits more easily, and more. So I passed that shell bell around my team like it was secret medicine, because god damn it, the power of friendship will make us win! Anyways, I put together the winning team. The team that would take us to the end. Heroid the Quagsire, Banui the Lopunny, Nooseman B the Crobat, Kiwi the Machamp, Jimmy the Alakazam, and Big Guy the Palkia. The last gym in my path was Sunnyshore City. Volkner is an electric and depression type trainer, apparently, which was a clean sweep for Heroid. Alright, you got one shot, Volkner. You better hit me. You better make it fucking hurt. You better make it fucking hurt, Volkner! Okay, well that was a crit. To give him credit, that was the best he could have done. All that was left for me was to push through Victory Road and onto the Pokemon League. Oh, also along the way, this happened? Unique encounter? Hey, chat. Hey, chat, that's kind of cool. And now, after all we've been through, it was finally time for another battle with Flungle. We ended our friend's Nuzlocke for the final time and pushed into the final challenge. If I had learned anything from this challenge, it's that it's not about how many times you get knocked down or how many friends you lose along the way. In the words of Rock the Dwayne Johnson, it's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour. The first member of the Elite Four was Aaron, who uses bug types. I led with Nooseman, who took out Dustox, Beautifly, Heracross, and Vespiquen, and then I swapped out to Heroid to finish off Drapion. Next was Bertha, looking incredibly whack, when Big Guy came out looking incredibly jacked. And he went on the attack and thoroughly smacked him back to back to back to back to back, and fuck, that just don't hit the same now. Third was Flint, who impressively caught every single fire-type Pokemon that Sinnoh has to offer. Heroid took out Rapidash, Kiwi came in to take out Lopunny, Heroid came back for Steelix, and Jimmy finished off Drifblim and Infernape. Last of the Elite Four was Lucian, and I decided to demonstrate that I am simply built different by challenging his psychic types with my own psychic type. A couple of Calm Minds and several Shadow Balls later, Jimmy swept through Mr. Mime, Girafarig, Medicham, his own Alakazam, and the Taco Bell. And finally, all that was left was Cynthia. I knew that if I tried to Unga Bunga my way through this fight like I've done for this entire run, I would be thoroughly punished. Jimmy outsped Spiritomb to two-shot it with Dazzling Gleam. I swapped into Nooseman to heal Jimmy back up and take out Roserade. Then, when Cynthia sent out my Lodic, I sent Jimmy back out because it was time to set up. I knew that my Lodic didn't have the power or the right moves to one-shot Jimmy, so I set up with 6 Calm Minds and an X defense and a Dire Hit just for good measure. Psychic took out my Lodic, Gastrodon, and Lucario. And finally, it was Garchomp's turn. I knew that with ×4 special attack, Dazzling Gleam would be more than enough to one-shot Garchomp. I just had to pray that Jimmy was faster for everything in my heart. All of the friendship in the world. And just like that, it was over. I was the champion. This journey had finally come to an end. But I couldn't help but feel like this ending was a little bittersweet. I had won, yeah, but was it supposed to happen this way? I saw it. Palkia and the Lake Pokemon showed me the future that was ahead of me. They showed me all of my friends being utterly dismantled by this Garchomp. In another place, in another dimension perhaps, I was crushed. So, was that supposed to happen here? Was I destined to fail and be crushed by my crippling Icarus complex? Does every story need to have a happy ending? I can't say for sure. But what I can say is to the friends that pulled me through this journey, thank you. And to the friends we lost along the way, I hope I did y'all proud.